Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Paleotrex from the Deluxe Wave. He is WFC-K7. He is he is a T-Rex skeleton, as you can see. He is one of the Fossilizers, so we'll get into that a little bit. But yeah, here he comes in this box. You know, he comes in this box with, he says Transformers, Hasbro, Takara Tomy, Kingdom, Generations, Paleotrex, Cybertronian. And the nice wraparound, again, most wraparound art of the two modes, and deluxe class more Cybertronian. On the back, up here you got a Predacon symbol and whatnot. On the bottom you have the warnings and copyrights, I guess. And over here you got the usual line-wide artwork. And on the back you have the two modes, what he can do, and hey, look, he can attach to others who are sold separately, of course, and more warnings and copyrights. And of course, in said box, you have instructions, which, yep, usual thing. They tell you, how to transform him and how to do the weapon separations and whatnot. And of course, the card, which this one is once again Black Arachnia Predacon, which should probably this is going to be the same thing. We saw, yep, maximal Black Arachnia with more Cybertronian. There you go. That's the gimmick. It's an annoying gimmick because now I have to deal with the sticker. I don't know where to do with these. I don't know what to do with stickers. I don't collect stickers or anything. Yeah, Paleotrex, or Paleo-T-Rex. I don't know. I'm gonna call him Paleotrex. If that's wrong, sorry. But yeah, he is a T-Rex skeleton. Hence the name. Paleontology T-Rex. Yeah, he's one of the Fossilizers, which is basically, well, fossils. They're fossils, and they transform, and they also can do what the modulators, weaponizers guys did in the previous two lines. I cannot remember what the name was. What do you call it? Yeah, previous two lines, which is, yeah, they become weapons or armor or whatever for other figures. And yep, he is a T-Rex skeleton, all right. Kind of weird looking. Well, not weird looking, but more along the lines. Well, he's got pegs and ports and stuff all over him. So there's that. So it's kind of neat. He's got this really nice little finish on it. It looks like, fossils. It's got this, this, like, that rockish finish looking, because that's kind of what fossils are. They're kind of rocks made out of bones and stuff. But yeah, it's got a nice finish overall. It's got, and whatnot. It's got that whole thing going on. The thing is, yeah, you can see the robot head just chilling out here. And I think you're supposed to push that in further, but when I do, it gets stuck in there. So I'm not 100% certain on that. So I'm not sure, as it is where the head is kind of limits articulation a little bit. But I actually kind of like this, It's just it's kind of ridiculous. And also it's got fake little heel supports, just because otherwise I wouldn't be able to stand properly. But, I do kind of like this. It's kind of a ridiculous idea, and like very, it's very new. They haven't done something really, really new in a while, honestly. And I think this is, even though it's kind of following the same basic idea in a sense of like, it's just, some of them turn into weapons and stuff. This is a nice, novel way to do it, and, adds on to the Beast Wars guys. We, haven't had anything new for a while because, they're largely ignored because G1ers are babies. I mean, what? But yeah, I do like this guy quite a bit, actually, how he looks. He does have articulation though in this mode. His jaw can open quite a bit, actually, and close if you want. The neck can move up a bit. Theoretically, the head can move up here too. It does move a little bit, but you can still see it messes with that head too. So I just know that his arms can. They're on the little ball joints, so they can move up and down. They can move around outward a little bit, So there's some movement there. The tail, as you saw, I can do that. You can also twist it right here, I guess, and twist it right there, if you need to. And also because, again, you can twist it here too. So you got a little bit of a side to side here on the waist. So if you want that, these can rotate forward and back. They can go outward. There's a joint here. There's a joint here. This can also twist at this joint as well, because it's a peg. This can twist right here. And this can twist. And this can move forward and back right there as well. And the toes can move up and down. Oop. And you can also come apart. That's one of my problems. I'm not sure if this is going to be a constant issue for a lot of people or it's just me, but mine, sometimes the stuff unpegs itself real easily, which can lead to situations like that. But, articulation, I should be aware of. Yeah, there's that neck thing. But yeah, he's pretty cool, honestly, looking. But because he is a modulator type thing, or this fossilizer, unfortunately, this means parts forming for these guys. So if that upsets you, well, too bad. But yeah, transforming him, you gotta, well, kind of take him apart a bit. You gotta take the tail bit off, that becomes a weapon. You gotta take the hips off. Make sure you keep those, make sure you know which one's right and left. Take this thing off, this is important. You gotta take that thing off right there, put it off the side. You gotta take the rib cage. What you gotta do is you unpeg and untab it from one side so you can then just easily do the same on the other, like that. And then this bit right here, you wanna go ahead and let's see, what was it? Was it unpeg? Yeah, unpeg here. I want to unpeg right there. And unpeg right here as well. Right? Okay, so you got the parts you need. Now, this part right here, you want to take this and unpeg from here. Straighten this out right here. And then take this piece and move it back. That becomes a heel. Like so. I'm going to do that. Then you take the hips here and I'm going to move them down like this. Move around like. Just realized I mismatched it a little bit. Hold on. There you go. Yeah. Move them down and take the little T-Rex arms and move those down to the sides like this. And also take this piece and unpeg that one as well. Straighten this out. Straighten all this stuff out and then peg this in. There you got the new legs and hips. Like so. You want to take this piece, and this will peg in right here like this. That becomes pretty much the torso. And then take the dinosaur jaw. There's actually a peg hole in the bottom of it that goes over this peg right here. Like this, and you take the rest of this. You want to take the robot head out of the dino head, which can be a little annoying because it likes to wedge itself in there pretty good. Then you take that and put that right there and you rotate this around like that. That's the robot head. This you want to take and move this peg down like that so it becomes, well, the shoulder. So then you take this, straighten this out, and this becomes the lower part of the arm. That, yes, he's really out of proportion. Same thing, this one right here, you peg this in on this side, bring it down, straighten this out right here, and straighten that out and peg this in. So, and then you take this piece right here, and this pegs into this right here becomes his chest plate. And you take this and this as a weapon, so you can just, plug into his hand. Also, you want to take this and rotate this forward, and then rotate this sideways so he has proper elbows. Like that. And there you go. That is Paleotrex in his robot mode, and yeah, it's proportionally kind of weird. His arms are uncomfortably long, shall we say. And so he's got uncomfortably long arms and whatnot, and he's got weirdly thick thighs and skinny little calves. He's a weird guy. Oh yeah, no, one last thing, of course, is you open this up, and that's his robot face. Almost forgot about that. Yeah, so that's his robot face, and yeah, he's a Predacon. He's got a dinosaur skull for his back, so that's something. The other thing is because his feet, you see that his feet are small. So what happens is, unfortunately, he has a tendency to not want to always stand. You can see he's a little wibbly. Yeah, he's a little wibbly, and I've had times where he just falls over because just his footprint is just really small. That kind of stinks. Yeah, you can see once again the same skeletal details popping up here. You got a little Predacon symbol right there. You get that little Predacon symbol. His face is actually he doesn't really have a mouth, but he's got yellow eyes and still more the same. It's just, you got this basically what looks like a skull opening his mouth and screaming, and there's this robot inside of it, and that's kind of neat. But it's it's just very different. I think that's what largely what he's riding on, is that he's different. The only other thing is about this skull is it looks a lot like that mace that Optimus has. So since he's a Predacon, you can get that really dark thing of like Optimus kind of tore him apart and used his head as a mace, which that's morbid. Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's also really skeletal because, well, he is literally a skeleton. But hey, and again, although I will say I'm not really a fan of the really lanky arms. I wish these were shorter, but I understand why they are the way they are because of, you know, how it transforms and everything. But yeah, I do wish these arms weren't so lanky. But hey, whatever. That's kind of neat. It's kind of neat they're doing something new though with Transformers at least. But yeah, head is on a swivel. I guess it goes left and right on this little swivel thing. You can also move up and down thanks to a hinge. You got, you know, full articulation here because of the peg. So you got that all 360 there. You got outward. You have a swivel there, right here at this peg thing. You have another swivel here at this peg if you want. You got this as an elbow. You have a wrist swivel. You have this, I guess you can do something like this. Yeah, you can kind of pseudo close the hand, although not really. The waist can swivel. Right there. Hips can move forward pretty far, although they kind of bang, the sheer size of them kind of bang into that. Backwards, pretty far. Outwards, pretty far. You got a thigh swivel right here. You got a knee swivel because of the pegging. You got a hinge right here. You also got this outward. I'm not sure if it's any use to anyone, but there you go. You got an outward thing, I guess, because there's no ankle tilt. Because of how it transformed, you got this heel spur you can bring down, which might help in some situations. But I guess this is the closest thing you have to an ankle tilt. But if you want to have him although yeah, it looks like a cowboy's been riding a horse a little too long. But yeah. So yeah, again, kind of neat, but also for me, I don't like those arms. I just don't like how long they are. Also, this weapon's kind of, I guess it's a sword, but it's kind of weak sword. I mean, you can do this too if you want to. You can plug it in this way, and it gets more of a club then. It becomes more of a club in that case. But anyway, he also, well, becomes an, I guess, glorified accessory for other characters. So what you want to do there is you want to completely take him apart eventually. Bring that down and, well, bring his head out. That's one piece. Yeah, those two pieces right there. You want to pick this plate and move that off. You want to take the shoulders, remove those. Move that. You want to pretty much disassemble this guy entirely because of the configuration. So yeah, remove the lower legs. You want to remove the lower legs. You want to take these and pop those off. Pop those off. And there you go. There's all the pieces you want for different configurations. And there's two they show, but you know, there's obviously more. I've seen some crazy ones, particularly if you know you have multiple of these guys. So like one thing you do is like you take these and you move these up like this, you know, so they're facing more or less like that. And then you can go ahead and attach these bits right here, and you want to do that. Actually, I did that wrong. There we go. Backwards. Oop, like that. Actually, you want that part right there, like that. See? And then you want to, yeah, attach these bits right here. Move these up like this. And then go ahead and, well, attach the claws. And make sure to swivel this around like that. And same thing on this side. Oop. And the other thing is, one of these pegs, this particular peg does not like to go in very easily. And then you want to do that and swivel this around. And you got these crazy old claw weapons right here. Do what you want with those. I think I actually did it wrong. Backwards, whatever. That was right the first time. Yeah, you want this flat part against the... There you go. Actually, that's what it is. Okay. I just bent it. Whoop. Yeah, that mushroom peg just came out. That's what's supposed to happen. Yeah, then you want to do this like that. There we go. I had it backwards. But yeah, you want this part. So this flat parts. So this flat parts against the back of whatever you want to attach it to. Say they show Warpath. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show Warpath. Yeah, you want to go ahead and do that, and peg in, and boom. Now he's got these old crazy old claws coming over his shoulder. Right. That's pretty neat. Yeah, look, you can have a mace. Why not? Give him a mace. Because it's a mace made out of a head, like Optimus had. Optimus Primal, I should say. You do that. Then the big old axe weapon. You can give him an axe. This becomes an axe. What you do there is you want to take these pieces, and you take these shoulder pieces and whatnot. You want that facing the correct direction. Is what you want. Backwards. Sorry. Yep. I'm gonna take this and plug that in. That's the wrong way. There we go. Take this, plug this in. There you go. Now is an absurdly long axe. Which is cool. This can plug in. Becomes another shield, although he's already got a shield, but yeah, let's give him another shield. Why not? Why not? Have more shields. Needs more shields, right? And this thing. Whoop, this thing right here. Unpeg that mouth and plug it in. And now you got a cool T-Rex claw thing going over your hand. That's one of the configurations they have. That's it's a robot wearing, dinosaur skeletons as armor. How cool is that? That's pretty neat. Another configuration they show is we'll take these parts off right here, up here. And take these parts up here and just take those off. Yeah, bring these down. Bring these down more as cannons. A little more sensible, I guess, in a way. You want to take this and take this out. And leave that there. Take this and remove this. And what they do is they take this the mace piece and they put it in upside down. There. Put it in upside down like that, right? Now this part, what you want to do is you want to then take this part and we'll take this part and clip that in, and let's close that up, and then you can go ahead and peg this in like that. And now you got, well, I guess it's a lance or a gun or something, but then you peg this into the mace. So you got that thing, this monstrosity. And the weird part, this is I swear to God, this is the actual what they tell you to do, which is you want to configure these like this. You want to take these feet and do that, and then you are supposed to peg these into the bottom of the feet, which this is what they tell you to do. I'm not kidding. This is genuinely what they want you to do. The only problem is this is now really forward heavy. That's a bit of a problem, so you kind of have to adjust these a little bit. But any which way, now he's got, now he likes to feel tall. He likes to feel tall, so there you go. That's Warpath with, armor, I guess, of sorts. This is very silly. I love it. I love it, yeah. It's a thing, all right. Okay, this stuff's not so bad, but this is just a little silly right here. Just let's have, I don't know, it looks like little springy shoes or something, I don't know. Or weird stilts. I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of. There's something that very much reminds me of, or like I guess now he's got little chicken legs attached to his feet. But yeah, he's got this lance/gun or whatever. I don't know what it is. It looks like it could kill something, whatever it is. And shoulder cannons and yeah, this is silly. And he's also really unstable with this. So just an FYI, when you use these as feet for other robots, they kind of become a little unstable in the process. So just an FYI on that. Yeah, I don't know how to you kind of have to do some tweaking to get him to balance if, in the configuration of the show, but you can do it. It's silly, but you can do it. So yeah, that's Paleotrex. Boy, yeah. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with these, but yeah, they showed you some silly ones. and combine them together and with other Paleotrex if you're going to buy multiple or other fossilizers and just go crazy with it and just have a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just this is the reason. So yeah, Paleotrex, I would say honestly, as by himself, he's kind of interesting, but he's also kind of in some ways bland in a sense that like his transformation is very, it's parts formery and whatnot, and he very much, once again, like a lot of these guys, he shines, like the modulators and whatnot, he shines when he's with another figure or another Paleotrex. So basically, Paleotrex I would only really recommend buying if you're buying another figure anyway. If you're buying multiple Paleotrex, oh boy, you can go crazy. But yeah, Paleotrex, I think it feels one of those. I think this is going to be the case for a lot of the Fossilizers. It's only really worth it if you buy it in conjunction with another figure to play with. Otherwise, by their own, they're kind of by themselves. But I kind of like it personally to a degree. I just don't like those lanky arms. But yeah, it's definitely a best with another figure. Oh, I guess the whole squad, I guess, is here. I kind of forgot to do that earlier, but yeah. He's actually kind of tall compared to these guys, but yep, there they are. So yeah, Paleotrex, only with other figures. So that's it. I'm probably gonna actually put mine on Optimus Primal, honestly, because of that whole mace thing, and it's just Optimus Primal, just carrying on the tradition of Optimus wearing a corpse of another robot. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter, my Nemesis Prime 1. And you could also check out my Ko-fi or Patreon as well if you want to support the channel. And I'll see you next time with more video reviews.